What's up, y'all? It's me, it's Mel with the lip band gap. Mel, the lipstick diva.
Lipstick diva. Ooh, yeah.
Excuse my washing machine in the back because I'm up late. It's almost like 2 o'clock in the morning over here on the East Coast. But I wanted to sit down and finally make this video. This is in reference to me being impacted by COVID-19 right after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving weekend, it went down, okay? And I'm pulling up my notes as we speak. So let me pull up my notes so we can get down to business, okay? I just love my Note 20. Even though I love my iPhone, I love my Note 20 too. All right, so as a whole, well, first let me say this. This is not any advice to anyone. This is just my personal, what I went through. I cannot give anyone any recommendations. I can just tell you what I went through, what happened, how I overcame it, and how I am post-COVID, okay? So Thanksgiving weekend is when I found out I was positive for COVID-19. And it started from Saturday and it proceeded all the way. My symptoms kept going, I want to say, until about the second week of December. And don't quote me, because there's people out here that's actually been quoting my videos without even having a timeline, and I don't like that. Don't quote me if you didn't hear me give you a timeline. Just know that I said I've been impacted by COVID, and I understand that for the safety of everyone, people may want to know and make sure you're not impacting them. And I know that you don't know everyone's character, but I'm being honest with you, I would never want to impact anyone's health, especially when I know it's people out here dying. It ain't nothing to play with, okay? I'm talking about nothing to play with. Everyone has different feels to this virus. I had a mild version of the virus. My body fought it off, thank God. And I'm sending prayers to people that cannot fight it off, of the people that have passed away from it. I'm just getting all my disclaimers out of the way. I don't want no mess out of y'all. I don't want no screenshot. And I don't want nobody to text me. Don't call me. Don't ask no questions, okay? When I had COVID, I put it out there so people as a whole, anyone that's been around me, knew what was going on. If you need to get tested, get tested. What they say, if you scared, go to church. Don't come to me like, oh my God. Just get tested. It's simple. Get tested. That's all. Having this COVID-19 frustrated the hell out of me, because people look at you in a different light. And I know everyone's scared, but the problem is a lot of people are letting the news scare them beyond what they need to be in some cases. If you know that you are doing the things and taking the proper precautions, washing your hands, staying in your 6 feet, ain't all up in the club around a whole bunch of people, I ain't gonna say it's not anything to worry about, but just make sure you're being cautious. If you feel like you might have COVID, or you know that you encountered someone with COVID, go get tested. It's simple. Yes, it's scary. I was scared. But I'm just being real with you. It's nothing, you can't talk to other people through it like, well, do you think that I might have? Nobody knows. Everyone's symptoms are different. Me and the person that I got it from had 2 different types of symptoms. I had it mildly, but I went through hell. And that person only had like 2 to 3 days of symptoms. I'm still going through hell. With a negative test, I'm still going through hell with COVID. I'm just letting y'all know. Do not base it off anyone else. Don't ask nobody no questions. Go to a doctor. The doctor don't even really have medicine for you for COVID, okay? Over the counter, elderberry, sea moss. That's just my recommendations. I can't tell you that's what you should take, but it's some remedies that people have recommended, things that I took that helped me. And again, we all have different bodies. Everyone Some people have underlying health issues that they will not be able to fight this virus. So please, if you know you got COVID, stay away from people. You do not know what kind of illness people have. Do your 14 days. The CDC has changed it to where you only have to quarantine for 7 to 10 days, I feel like. I did my whole 14 days and even waited a week later before I even encountered anyone else. Okay? Thanksgiving weekend, that's when I got my positive results. And the symptoms started that Saturday after Thanksgiving. I have my notes right here. If y'all see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. So Saturday, it started with mucus buildup. So I had I'm just clearing my throat. I'm starting to feel that congestion, feel like something is going on. Sunday, I had a sore throat and a dry cough. So, with the dry cough, it's no phlegm behind it. You just hurting your damn chest, basically. Monday, this is when it started to really impact me. This is the Monday after Thanksgiving. I had a sore throat, the dry cough, and then I started to have chills. So literally, it'll be warm in my house, but my body, I'm constantly shaking. I'm cold. I'm under the cover. I'm still shaking, shivering, everything. It was the worst. The chills were the worst. Mind you, I'm not working. I'm taking it day by day because I'm I don't know if I'm gonna fight this. I don't know how my body is gonna be. So I had to each day take it day by day. I'm gonna take off the next day. When in reality, I probably should have went ahead and took all my days off at once. But I was trying to stay strong. But mentally and physically, I wasn't there. Tuesday, I almost knocked over my ring light, y'all. Tuesday, I had the sore throat, dry cough, chills, and I had a fever. So literally, my body is warm, hot, overheated. So imagine being hot then cold with the chills, hot then cold with the chills. I'm going back and forth. It was definitely not a game. And I never once while I go through all of my symptoms I never had shortness of breath. And a lot of people get the shortness of breath to the point where they can't breathe, and that's when they have to go to the hospital. A lot of doctors will tell you, I know some people want to get tested because they still work frontline, but a lot of doctors tell you if you're working from home and you've been impacted by COVID or you have those symptoms, go ahead and just quarantine, because it really doesn't make a difference if you take a test, because they have no medicine to give you unless you're in a situation where you cannot breathe, you're very congested, and you can't breathe. All the same thing. You can't breathe. That's when you need to go to the hospital. Okay? Or unless you're having other situations, you're throwing up, vomiting, you just can't keep anything down. That's when you want to go to the hospital, because in reality, you going out the house and getting tested, you can cause someone else to get the COVID. I got tested inside my home. I called a company to come in my home to test me. They tested me for strep throat, and they did the swabs for the COVID test. It wasn't bad the first test that they first came out with, when they put the swab all the way up your nose. With me, they just did a couple of circle motions and a couple of circular motions. They did that. And then I got my rapid results. So yeah, back to my symptoms. Wednesday, I lost taste and smell, and I was restless. I had fatigue. So I had all those previous symptoms, and then on top of this, I'm restless. I was tired, but I was restless as well. I tried to go to sleep. I was tired, but it felt like my body just would not let me. So I'm exhausted, okay? I'm exhausted because my body would not let me go. I don't know what was going on. And at one point, I had to get out of my bed and come down to my living room and lay on the couch just to get some comfort, because I felt like laying in my bed, literally, don't think I'm crazy, it felt like people were jumping on me, little men were jumping on me. It was, I don't know, some could be of the COVID, some hallucination, I don't freaking know. It was weird. It was weird as hell, but it just felt like my body was just not itself at all. Thursday, still no taste or smell. no appetite, and I was tired. So I only had that one night of restlessness. It was not a long period where I went where I couldn't sleep. I was always asleep. And I'm going to get to the post COVID, like after COVID, to let you know what lingers after COVID. So it has lasting effects. Like even after you have no more symptoms, it still has worn your body down. Like it still like has taken over. Friday, very tired, still had all my symptoms. And what I did at this moment, I soaked in a bath of hot water to try to sweat it out. Because mind you, I hadn't been outside at all. We're Instacart and stuff. People will bring us food. You know, they literally like throwing the shit at the door and hurry up and running because they like, I don't want no damn COVID. I get it. But it's like, as soon as they'll text, say, stuff outside, we'll hear the car, ooh, pull off. Because they're like gone. They are gone. Like, they ain't stick around for nothing. Nothing they stuck around for. And the last thing that I recorded was that Saturday, because it started to get better after Saturday, where I started to get better. I didn't have being tired or just weak or, you know, my being congested and coughing, that was gone away. So Saturday, I started using Mucinex, and that helped me. It opened up my chest to break up that mucus, and you know Mucinex dries you out, so you have to drink a lot of water. And that's one thing I did this whole time. Drank a whole lot of water, a whole lot of orange juice. Just kept my fluids pumping, drinking broth, chicken noodle soup. That just kept me going. And mind you, it was only a couple of days when I didn't have an appetite, but the rest of the time I was eating. Even though I couldn't taste no food, I was eating. Okay, I was gonna eat. And I will also mention, like I said earlier, elderberry. I started with this elderberry cold kind of gummies. It's supposed to suppress the cold before it actually starts. So we were taking that. I also had, like, till this day I take the elderberry gummies, and I have some elderberry sea mosses on the way that I want to start taking. But you just want to over the counter anything. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I didn't record that, but I did sometimes have mini headaches the whole time. So I was taking the Advil cold. I can't think of the name of it, but it was like an Advil cold tablet that was helping me with my coughing, because sometimes I would lay down at night. Excuse me, y'all. I ain't got no liquor in my cup, but I had to sip. When I would lay down at night, I would still have like this dry cough that would keep me from sleeping. So I would, of course, get a cough drop. And then I would take the cold tablets to help suppress the cough and also break up that mucinex. So I'm just going through over-the-counter stuff, just swapping them out. And that's what really helped me get through everything. Drinking hot stuff is the key as well, is to breaking that mucus up. I drank so much tea. Oh my goodness, good Lord. I drank so much tea. That is all I was drinking, hot tea. And I would drop the cough drop in there as well to open me up. Now, and like I said, I still waited a week after that. So I did 14 days and then a whole nother week before I even came back out. Even though the health department told me I was clear, even though results came back negative, I still waited. I will say post-COVID, I still get fatigued. Like, I'm constantly tired. I'm still tired all the time. It's almost like, you know how cancer patients that go through chemo, or like after chemo, they still are tired. It's kind of like that. I'm still, and I'm not comparing it to what I went through to cancer at all, because I know y'all take things and run with it. Not at all. But I feel tired still all the time. I still cannot taste or smell barely. Like, I can, but it's bland. I can smell like fruit, like citrus fruit, like lemons and oranges. I can smell that, and I can smell spices. When I taste, I can blandly taste my food. And mind y'all, we is like a whole month beyond me having COVID, and this is lasting effects. And they're like, the thing I get from doctors, the health department, because the health department calls you. That was a weird thing that happened to me as well. They call and they want to make sure that you're in the database, so they know if they, I guess they gotta have it for the numbers. They ask if you need any resources. They tell you when you can go back out. They tell you, like, after you don't have to get tested again to get a negative result. But of course, I mean, if you're working from home and you know you're not going to be out that much or be around people, then you might not need to get a test. But it's up to you. If you know you did your 14 days quarantine, you no longer have those lingering symptoms like the headache. The headache and the fever is the main thing that they try to make sure you don't have even after your 14 days. Now, the loss of taste and smell, that doesn't mean you still have COVID. That's just what it has damaged your nerves, where, you know, I don't want to get technical because I can't give you the science behind it. Yeah, I can't talk. I can't give you the science behind it, but that's a long lasting symptom. Barely being able to smell and taste. I would say barely. So I can smell some and I can taste some, but I ain't getting my full taste on. Like, anything that stinks, I can't smell it. Like, if someone was funky, I couldn't smell it. If I went outside and somebody's like, damn, it stinks out here, I couldn't smell it. But something small, like if I get up close to it, I can smell it. Tasting, if it's spicy, I can taste it. So fatigue and loss of smell and taste still a thing for me, even after being negative for COVID. All I can say is I want to send prayers to everyone that's going through this virus. It's not anything to play with. Man, 2021, I'm just hoping that this is a better year. That's all I can say, honestly. I hope it's a better year. And I would say the mental part behind it, because people literally, because they're scared, they don't want to be around you. You will get those looks like, okay, yeah, I know. Like, literally, I feel like it could be 3 months down the line and people still be like, I'm good. I can't hang out with you. And I want y'all to know, people that go through COVID or had to fight it off, they definitely go through depression. I had to fight it off by getting back into working, getting back into uploading videos. It's very sad. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's sad. It's so much that, it's so many parts to it that even just within my video, I only touch the edges, the corners. I ain't even get the full thing of it. And again, y'all stay safe out there. Wash your hands. I know everybody ain't with getting the vaccine. Whatever floats your boat. I haven't got the vaccine. I don't even think it's available to anyone outside of healthcare or that is trying to fight it off and is, you know, taking a toll on them. So we shall see. So many people talking about people gonna turn into zombies. I ain't gonna say that because, I mean, I don't know. We just gotta see. We all on this ride together. But I definitely appreciate y'all again. I know quite often when I talk, I stumble over my words sometimes, but y'all be sticking in there with me, okay? I be trying to jumble everything into one little old video, and I gotta break it down in parts, okay? Definitely gotta break it down. But I appreciate y'all. It's me, it's Mel with the lip and gap. Mel, the lipstick diva. Peace out, y'all.